Well, hello and welcome to Together Forward's YouTube channel. I'm Annette Blankenship. For the past couple of weeks, we've been talking about a 6-part strategic management system that we use here at Together Forward called StratOp. Last week, we talked about perspective. And if you missed the last 2 episodes, check out the links below to get caught up. In this week's video, we're going to dive into step 2, planning, to create a roadmap from all the captured perspectives so that you can get to where you want to be. Okay, so just a quick recap. Perspective is simply having a point of view from where you sit in an organization. Getting a shared understanding by taking the time with your people on your leadership team and working through issues horizontally instead of vertically sets the team up for solving problems holistically and creating breakthroughs for your organization. So now that we have all this great perspective, what are we going to do with it? Well, we want to continue to involve the leadership team in the process while figuring out where we're headed. And this is going to help us to continue the alignment needed for your shared vision and roadmap. Planning is all about where we're headed, not trying to put together a detailed action plan, but we're trying to understand directionally where we need to go. We'll need to consider all the perspectives that were discussed in the last phase and figure out all the areas of focus. This is why the plan almost writes itself, because we become so clear and aligned on what is holding us back and where we need to go that we can start to visibly see and feel the plan taking shape. So understanding the truth about where we want to be and what's holding us back gets us to a deep understanding. Creating a plan, a blueprint, or a roadmap from that deep understanding provides direction and outlines measurable short-term and long-term goals in the area that need the most attention. We can make decisions on new ideas and opportunities that we've talked about in that last phase. We can discover which ones are the most valuable to undertake. Like a ship with a GPS in the middle of a sea, the roadmap is our North Star and helps ground us when the winds get choppy, and it helps us to stay on track. It keeps us steady and on course, and it prevents us from being unfocused and misdirected. During the planning phase, here's where we dive into the 5 pillars of a plan. And so number 1 is our value building cycle. We'll discuss in this phase what our primary customers want and what they need from us. Then we'll talk about what they value from a business perspective and how our services align with their values. We just really need to be clear about who our customer is, because we can't please everyone. There's just not enough time and energy for everyone in the world, and it's not focused. However, we can focus on our target market and we can expend our energy on what they value so that we can keep doing more of what they value and more to satisfy them and correct things that are not satisfying. And if we aren't clear with what our perspective on what this is, everything else we do from branding to invoicing, it's just going to be off. And we'll have to get clear so that we can speak directly to that target market so that our messages line up with what they are ready to hear. It'll create that cohesiveness in everything that we do that would speak to them. So number 2 is our vision. Is our mission. Our mission is our purpose. It asks, why do we exist? Our mission has to be actionable and short, but understood by all. So our mission statement has to be just, pack that punch. It should be inspiring enough to be realized over a significant amount of time, but also be able to, be that quick and short and just speak to what it is that our purpose. And there's been entire books written about creating mission statements and how to do that. But in our process, we can do it in about 30 minutes. Number 3, our vision. Our vision is where we're headed. A vision requires seeing the future. This is different than our mission. Our mission asks, why do we exist? A vision asks, where are we headed? That's what we see in the future. It's what we want to become. It draws people in. And when people understand how they contribute to that overall vision, they feel like they're a part of something bigger than themselves, and it creates momentum. A vision magnetizes the team towards it. It gives us all hope for a better future. Understanding vision is rooted in the truth of our mission, and it is based on the perspective that we've gained, where we're seeking to understand where we are today, and then envision where we want to be in that 3 to 5 years, and then mapping out how we're going to get there. Number 4 is our big idea core strategies. These are our core strategic differentiators. In Jim Collins' book, Built to Last, he talks about what he calls as BHAGs, or big, hairy, audacious goals. These goals are so big and audacious that it gives us that competitive advantage. For example, Tom Paterson, the inventor of this process, worked with Baskin-Robbins to create a strategy for differentiating the business from the competition, and it made him wildly successful. His strategy involved bringing value to his customers because when Baskin-Robbins first opened, a lot of other ice cream companies were using filler in their ice cream. So the fact that he wasn't using filler, but was giving them full value, set his product apart as a superior product with quality and distinctive richness worth paying that premium price for. This core strategy, along with 2 others, number 1 being the 31 flavors, and number 2, 31 flavors, of, one for every day of the month, and number 2, the flavor of the month. This created value for his customers by creating interest and satisfying their appetite for variety. Number 5, our core values. Our values define how we think, how we live, how we relate in our world. And core values are foundational to any business, and they're there whether we define them or not. They're very powerful forces that, when intentionally infused into our business, create a great company. Companies with good core values implemented into their culture enjoy strong reputations, and they make their customers happy. It's just not enough to create those core values, to write them down and then communicate them to your team. You really have to model them for your people, and you have to correct them when the team behaves in ways that are opposed to your core values. When your organization embodies your core values in everything it does, and then combines it with the power of the core strategy differentiators, it creates a force that competition just can't easily duplicate. And so then once we get all of this good stuff, and all of these parts that we've discussed and aligned, we write them down on what we call a plan on a page. It's one page where we can easily display and use it to bounce all of our new ideas against it. We add in strategic dashboards that highlights key risks and performance drivers that are targets, that align with our targets, our objectives, and our results, so that we are set up for success. And then we review this on a regular basis to ensure that we're on track. The outcome of this phase is a shared vision, a roadmap with focus and priorities aligned and backed by the leadership team, all ready for action. But more on that next week. I hope this helps you to see how your own strategic management system and understand how the process involved to getting you there so that you can turn your vision into reality. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.
If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and click that like button. Every like helps us to reach new people. And if you want to see new videos on leadership, strategy, and project management to help you with your business or career every week, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and notification bell. Also, please let us know what your top leadership, strategy, and project management challenges are so that we can make some new videos in the future with your feedback. Thank you for watching. I'm Annette Blankenship, and I'll see you in the next video.